We now return to Let's Play SimCity. Boy, these people want to build up their... Oh, good. Now that we're building our densities up a little bit, that is actually working. Let's do that on this side, and we'll just get the whole thing ready to go. High density all along. And we'll start seeing some of these grow. And we'll continue this down. Really, the way to do this is right to left so that you get that stupid sign out of your way. That is all high density. Okay. Cool. So that looks like it's good to go. Now we need what? Low skill. Manufacturing... Sorry, what? Manufacturing is complaining they can't find skilled workers. Build more schools. Okay. I guess I do need a college then. This just increases... These ones increase land value. Not terribly important. I mean, it is, but it's not important to me at my current point in time. So, maybe I'll just make this sort of a... Hold on. Make this sort of more education-driven out here. I wanted to put a mega tower there again because I wanted it to be more symmetrical. But if we're going to make a small industrial sector... Let's just go ahead and do that. Let's, I'll put it, like, here on the outside. And then we can kind of build in. Getting a university in, I think, is going to be impossible. We're just not going to get it unless I took out a chunk. I don't know, the city's already not exactly looking quite how I'd envisioned it. Maybe we can just kind of be more forgiving about that. Alternatively, I could build this here. I would not be able to build my rail system if I did that. Let's just put it right here. It'll be okay. Everything will be alright. So we need to obviously put a sign and a flagpole. That's how you know you're official. And then if we need be, we can just add more wings to it. And go down. Glad to see those are building up. That is actually very useful. And now we are in a huge deficit. So we're going back to Gastown because we're clearly using all of its water. And we're just going to keep building this up with more water. We are a negative. So that's a great start there. We're going to take, what is this? Filtration pump, we don't need it right now. So, can I get one more? I cannot. So if I did that, though, we've reached our limit anyway. Well, nuts. So now it's not terribly symmetrical, and I can't really do much over here. We've completely eaten the profits that we're making, because we're not making any profits here. So what can we do to make more money in Gastown? Apparently we've got a few abandoned buildings. Yes, we've got one. Well, for starters, we can begin exporting. I think we're only exporting. And then we've got this on the global. So we can start exporting more oil. So let's go ahead and get that going, because that's always the thing. So I'll bring this back to, well, I don't know. These kind of fit one right after the other, don't they? So really, you could bring it up almost to that well. They won't fit that way, actually, so it'll be more... Well, we're going to need more than one anyway. Yeah, see, so the next one is going to be like here. Well, we'll just line it up with the other one. Let's not try and make ourselves too different. Looks like it works. So at least be building that up. But there's more I need to do otherwise to be making this money. And as far as I can tell, we've got a huge demand yet for more of this. Now what I would like to do then, in that case, is increase my densities. Because that's about where that's going to go. So I'm going to lower this down. Get this all out into medium. Which, again, is something that you don't have to do. necessarily, but by doing so, see, these guys are increasing their... I feel like maybe I should just do it. Because there's no way without huge increase in, say, regional industry. Now, there's regional high demand for high wealth. But really, we can just make this, well, a putrid hellhole of industry. So let's just do that. Just add even more industry and more people can commute over here. That is absolutely not where I want that. Because I do not want it to be funky like that. Now, jobs aren't really a thing that we're worried about, is it? Absolutely not. So it's all got to be people coming in, and we've got more demand for people moving in than anything else. So let's go ahead and kind of do what we did to Coal Town. We'll attempt to build up the densities. Okay. Maybe pack things in a little bit tighter. Because by doing so, we therefore increase populations, etc., etc. Oh my. I completely neglected that. Terrible. I didn't want a huge population in this town to begin with. I think one thing we can do here, too, whilst I've still got the money to just toss around, we'll make a... Can I do that? Police! Crime has the upper hand. Oh, do we not have a police station yet? Ah, that is a fatal flaw. And that is where all my money is going to go, and that is going to be a problem because we can't afford that. So, what's the only thing to do? Add to the debt, right? Right. Now what? Fire station can't hold up to it? Can't, I mean, come on now. I think you can handle this. You should be able to handle this with just that. So we'll do police station right here. Yeah. Woo. And come in here, grab this, put one of those down, one of those down, one of those down. All that money gone, and then on top of the major expense that we've just added there, hopefully we can begin to counteract some of that. So where was I actually intending? Probably nowhere, actually. I'm going to have to cut. Now, this had one delivery truck. So we need probably another one. As far as this is concerned, it's got two, which I think is enough, seeing as how it's just down the road to get to that. We may be in a bit of a pickle, though, otherwise. As far as my budget's concerned, this is horrible. It's all going towards, well, you know what, let's just, I don't know that that actually improves anything. There we go. And then we can raise taxes there. This just raised more, a lot more. And we'll raise that there. It actually lowered my income? No, it did not. Okay, well that's not really helping still. My major expense is in power. Are we buying power? No. That plant? Really? What? That doesn't make any damn sense. I guess it does. Because I put down extra fans, which are actually quite expensive, now that I look at it. So really, at the expense of huge amounts of oil, which really we'd be able to do, these are no good to me. I already spent the money on them, though, which sucks, but we're not otherwise making enough money. We can make a lot more. Not enough medium wealth shoppers. Well, here we go. We'll see what this does. They're starting to build in now. So we'll see how this affects my population / money. If we can squeeze more people in, all the better. There we go. Another road that I neglected. And that's okay. As long as we're getting some down here, I think we'll be fine. Oh yes, I did have a clinic, so that's actually good. Not wasting redundant resources there. Okay. We are selling a bit. I feel like we could go even further with this. Okay. Now that these are building up, we're now making some money. That's good. Do like to see that. Huh. Didn't realize those made a tapping sound. That's interesting. What is the problem? We're full. How do we fix that? By spending money we don't have. Of course. And increasing the expenditures that I just sent down. But that's okay. So what is this all doing to my land value right now? Actually, that's pretty decent. Mostly because of what I've got there. We need more lows. Which is what I would hope would happen out here, as they are building up. So I think maybe eventually that'll take care of itself. Not really enough, though. Not really quickly enough. As far as that was concerned, I was going to try and leave as much as possible open, so that we could take advantage of that. But, well, maybe I'll just get that in there. Maybe we need to put another little batch of it out here? Maybe? I don't know. A small little neighborhood out here that would be low densities. Because otherwise, what would I put out there, you know? There's now traffic going out there as people go to work. So they don't have to all go this way. Okay. Well, why don't we go ahead and just try putting in some... maybe I'm going to pause before I completely bleed dry here. So what are we looking at? Length? Let's do some of this. So if I got myself into here... Okay, can we just not do that? Get myself into here. Okay. And then of course we will upgrade these to low density. May as well just upgrade that to low density. And let's plunk some more. There's not really demand for commercial. There's regional demand for high wealth. But what we actually need is more of this. And then if we can help it, we will... let me turn this off so I can see what my roads are. If we can help it, then we will add maybe a little chunk in here I can only imagine this is going to do terrible things to the land value. Yeah, it's not too bad, though. Okay, so let's watch that pop up on the other side there. I realize that doing that is taking pressure off of these that were otherwise building up, but I'm also attempting to quickly alleviate some of the issue here of big negatives. What is this going to cost to do these? 7, so if I deleted them I could afford them and that would cut my costs. Well, maybe that's just what we'll do then. Overall, my importation of I can't tell what my importation is, because I know I'm importing some things, but I don't know exactly. You know, maybe we'll still hit green before too long here. Just gonna have to let it run its course. Now we do have more. Right now there's no crisis. Good. These are building up. Eventually I just need to get them to be more dense. That's ultimately the only thing that oh, my sign is up top. I was gonna say I don't see a sign. We've now actually hit to upgrade Town Hall to an actual City Hall. In this town, I guess we can do utilities, since that's kind of what we're doing. 15, no. I keep forgetting that's not free. So we won't be doing that. There's just got to be a little bit more money squeezed out of this. And we'll be fine. Not enough medium wealth shoppers. Well, again, the only way I can really fix that is just to start plunking parks, or just allow them to build up, and they'll take care of themselves. I just want to hang out here until we hit positive balance. That's really all I'm concerned about, because even though the cities do kind of shut down once you exit them, and then they just go into sort of a stasis, I feel like I noticed that they do slowly drain money still. That's still a thing, because I have hopped back into a town before and witnessed, oh good, witnessed a zero balance because I left it running negative. So I'm not so sure about that. Speaking of just spending money here, why don't we just now. Yeah. Okay, these guys can build up. Good. So we'll go ahead and grab them as well. Okay, that should be good enough. Those will eventually, there we go. That'll start making money too. I like what I'm seeing here. It's kind of a nice mix. I'm not sure that it actually fits role-playing wise, but we are in fact now filling up with people. We have got tons of jobs, which means we have the ability to bring lots more people in. That's fine. We have nowhere to shop for these people, however. All of these must now be, yeah, they are. Okay, well that is, as I said, something I had somewhat anticipated happening, so we're just gonna kind of come in here and make ourselves a low wealth shopping center. Yeah, if I was really cared that much, I would sort of make a nuanced city, and maybe, I don't know. This is a game, it's grown on me a lot. I have to admit, I've been playing an alternate universe playthrough for myself. That's, you know, so it's not a great game, but it's, you know, it's a nice little time waster. I enjoy it. As someone who has sort of a short attention span for a SimCity game anyway, my playstyle generally being that I build a city until I'm bored, destroy it, and then move on. This actually works out pretty well. You know, the ability to jump around between 7 different cities or however many and just kind of start over fresh and play with it and try it. This might actually be a replay city. I mean, obviously not, or a series. Not right away, obviously, but maybe, you know, maybe a year from now, I'll do another SimCity series specifically on maybe single city, and we'll just kind of build up, kind of what I was doing with Coal Town. I mean, I guess if we're already doing that, then I don't need to duplicate myself on that. But you know, I could do a from scratch, just low densities, high densities, kind of curate it like a garden. And manicure this and make sure that I'm balancing my numbers and not just worrying only about profit. And what is wrong now? The dump is almost full. Well, now perhaps it is time to add... Damn it. How much does that cost? 25? Okay, well, clearly this is cheaper. So we'll just kind of extend that road out, and we will dump another one of those in. And actually, I think I'd probably get better results by doing a crossroad. I don't know why it puts this intersection here, and then the intersection is too close to... come on, just there. The intersection is too close to actually use. That's a little bit aggravating to me. It's still too close. Still too close. It works, but now the whole purpose of what I was attempting to do doesn't work. So that's a thing. Maybe I can bring it back like this, and then bring it like that, and it still is not gonna know. Okay, well, shoot. Because if I could get it to give me a point, otherwise, dang, I just don't like that. I wish I could get it to point the other direction, but whatever. We'll just put it down, and we will await more money. On the plus side, I have effectively balanced the budget now. We're now in the positive. Everyone's kind of building up. There's more coming into Gastown every day, so that's good. That's good. But yeah, as I was saying, being able to do just sort of a single city playthrough from scratch, build it up, play with the numbers, keep it nice and balanced and everyone happy, and min-max, I don't know, I mean, that's just totally not my thing. A lot of jobs now because of all this, so now we have need for even more people, and my god, this is just a never-ending thing, but that's kind of how it works. I don't know, though. I mean, I feel like that might get a little tedious, because then you are sort of stuck. You're like, well, now, according to those statistics, I need to cram more people in, so how do I do that, you know? And then you get the mega towers involved, and then that's just kind of, you end the city that way. I suppose that's how you alleviate the issue of lack of room, because if you need to build mega towers, university, academy, all that good stuff in a single city, the only way you're going to make room is obviously destroying that, and then you need those things to be shoved into the mega towers. So you have a little section of your 8 mega towers holding everything whilst you built up around it. So the dynamics of the city would change. I mean, that might actually be fun for maybe a time-lapse video. I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. Just the huge rise and fall and change of the city. I'm not really sure that I could really do much of a... I don't know. I could get down in here and then maybe find some people. The thing is that this game had boasted the ability to, you know, like follow these people and where they live, and then you could just kind of keep them. That is a police car looking for people. And you could follow these little sims along and whatnot, and it didn't really do that as promised, whereas that's kind of what City Skylines came up with, was they said, well, actually, we are doing this for real. And in Cities XL, you could actually create your own character, and you could actually go into the home of your character and follow them around. that would lend itself far more to a narrative let's play of, you know, the city and how things are going. Let me see if I can latch on to Devin Yoder, who sounds like a man and dude looks like a lady. So let's follow. And we disappeared into a building that the camera cut out for me. Now, I don't know. See, that's the thing. It disappeared. I don't know that if Devin ever popped out, if we'd be able to follow, and yeah, it just doesn't work, unfortunately. So we're making lots of money now. I guess the trick is more people. More people with jobs, and that gives you tax revenue. Who knew? I don't know what I'm going to put here. I guess that's where I could have put the more commercial. Why isn't this building up? What is it? Residential. Not enough medium wealth shoppers. Well, one way to alleviate that is to put down a park, which would build up in here, but maybe I want to kind of get these guys on board now, since this is sort of where the high density or higher density has already started. So I could put down a park out here and maybe get these all into nice little townhouses, and then we would have our thing. I don't know though. I mean, jobs are still here. Our unfulfilled things are still for the low people, the lowbies. Maybe that's what it's complaining about though. We have too many medium wealth shops, definitely now that they're building up the way they are, and not enough lowbies. And so maybe we'll go ahead and get the road out here built up to medium, so that maybe we can at least get some upper densities of low wealth shopping. And we're out of pipage. So now we must do this. That's okay. That is quite alright with me. Okay, fun. Well, this has been completely averted now. Why did I even come here? Oh yes, it was because of the water issue. Well, let's go back to Gazconda now and see if we have water. Because I feel like maybe we don't. I feel like maybe that's not enough. Although I added 2. I did add 2. Oh hey, and we've got high wealth housing now. Apparently we've got a few. That is not, but it said we did. Managed to build a few. Does it count the towers? It must count the towers. Closed, needs water. Okay, so we had water issues. Still, get me out of here, Jesus. We should no longer have water issues. It's working its way on. As far as that's concerned, we are still using 60 of 60. I had thought, there we go, 74 of 88. Now it just updated. Okay. So now we should be good there, and that means that eventually the water will flow to the top of the tower. Agonizingly slow, of course. And low skill. So basically begging me for more college kids. Let me, as the day progresses, let's see when we start here. Classes begin at 6 a.m. That sucks. I had a few early classes in my college days. Uh-oh, this is going to go down if we can't get this to go up. We just need to see who is going to be enrolled here. And we're in the negatives. Why are we in the negatives? Probably because this tower has completely shut down for lack of water. You bastards. I mean, we're not clearly not using all their water. And if we go into town, I should have enough. I guess we'll just go ahead and put another one of these down to fulfill the water need. and to futurify the city a little bit more. Okay, it is slowly going. So that profit's now back online. Okay, cool. This should be started. Teaching 102. Okay, they're starting. They're going. I think it's probably full. Did say something about. I mean, obviously, we don't have enough education. Therefore, I'm going to need the classroom. I just kind of wanted to see. Oh yeah, we need more. So let's pause and let's just go ahead and build an extension wing. Because we got that money. What's the front? What's the back? I guess it doesn't really matter. This looks like it connects a little bit better. And then maybe I can run some nature along this path or something. Or I'll stagger it to make it look interesting. Yeah. And it looks like when I do it from here anyway, it creates a big cliff. Which, you know, that actually works. I mean, from a city planning point of view, this is a lot more flood-proof than building right on the water level. So this is alright. I'm okay with that. It kind of looks bad now, sure. Because you gotta walk down a cliff to get to these classes over here. Okay, it doesn't actually look that good. Putting the extension on this side would have been a better choice. In fact, God, that's so much money. Let's just do it. No! I gotta go in here first. And there we go. Okay. That's a little bit better. A little bit more uniform and keeping with everything. What? Now? My God. I can't put anything there, unfortunately, to make it useful. We should be okay, though, right? The tower is all profitable now that we've got water. Still mega demand for elites, which, as far as, yeah, we're totally doing it. I mean, look at this. We need low wealth in this town, like nobody's business. So what can we do here? They just haven't filled in enough. Otherwise, I could do high density streets and try and cram them into a terrible tenement tower of low wealth. Yeah, look at that. That looks alright. Not enough room to increase density. One of you jackasses can't compromise here. Everyone else in your literal circle has managed to figure this out. You guys can't do this? I feel like maybe I need to destroy one. Like, no one wants to sell here, you know? You got the Tile and Stone Company next to the gymnastics, the big restaurant, and Gustav's, which could be anything. Food. Okay, it's a restaurant. We got a restaurant and another restaurant competing with the gym, and I don't know. Well, anyway, it's going all right. What now? Not enough shoppers. Not enough shoppers for where, though? Ah, now we got unemployed mid-levels and not enough places for them to shop. What just happened? Clearly I missed something. Okay, well, traffic is not as bad, at least not as bad as, say, Omega Town, Omega City 1. But we are seeing big chunks of traffic, and that's actually funny. It's not a big long string of congestion, it is chunks of traffic. I might, just because I have yet to do it, and because I've kind of been holding on to it, see, I wish this told me how many eggs had been thrown at me. That way I could know how well I was doing. Maybe I'll go ahead and start streetcars. I've got the money, definitely got the money, and maybe we can just, at the very least, see what they do, what it's like. Might be fun, right? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to end this one here. I will see you next time.